I'm Robert Hensley, Emmy-nominated makeup artist and award-winning content creator. You're watching Face Value. This is the show where I get a chance to interview my friends, performers, makeup artists, to talk about beauty, their idea of beauty, our industry, and how our industry may have affected their relationship with beauty. Today I'm joined by my friend Valarie Pettiford. Valarie is what we call a triple threat. She acts, she sings, she dances. She has appeared on Broadway, in films, on television. She was nominated for a Tony for her role in FOSSE. Audiences loved her and remember her from the sitcom Half and Half. And Valarie continues to work, and we see her on our television screens weekly on shows such as Discovery of Witches and BET Plus's Family Business. Please join me in welcoming Valarie Pettiford. Valarie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Robert, thank you so much for having me, my darling.
I love you, and I know that you're super busy, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want to, you and I have talked in person, and we've had conversations about beauty and about kind of our relationships with beauty, and I thought, who better to come on to Face Value and have this conversation with than you?
Thank you, my love.
So let's start with a real basic question.
Okay.
What does beauty mean to you?
Ooh, what does beauty mean to me? Well, let me just start off by saying beauty for me is inside, that shines so brightly that it appears on the outside. Because when you have a good heart, a good spirit, good God, are you gorgeous? All the makeup in the world cannot change that. That's what beauty means to me. My God, you fall in love with people when their insides are so good and loving and just in line with goodness. And that's what beauty means to me.
Fantastic.
Now, but that being said, I'm not mad at a good makeup job.
Right? You just can't go wrong with a good beat, right?
Yeah, and cannot go wrong with a good beat. Cannot go wrong with it. But as far as beauty is concerned, that's what beauty is for me.
Right.
It really is.
Okay. So now, because I also feel the same way, that I feel that beauty is something that starts here.
Yeah.
But I think, because, star of stage and screen, you've been doing this for a day.
Yes.
And just one.
Just one day.
just one day. Just one day. But, when you are on set, right, I think what people don't realize sometimes is that when they see a television show, when they see a TV series, when they see a film, and they see magazine covers, that there are teams of people
Ooh.
on the other side of the camera whose job it is just to make you look like the you that is your public persona.
Yes.
Right? How much of that do you carry into your personal life when you're off set?
Not at all.
None?
No. For the people that know me. For the people who don't know me, oh my God, I'm that girl, no makeup. And as I said, it's not that I'm opposed to it. I love it. I love getting glammed up, but I just also love au naturel. And so for me, and I think it's also because we're in makeup and hair and have a glam team to make us look so good all day long. 24/7, whether it's, on the Broadway stage or film or television, we're in heavy makeup all the time. And for me, I like that freedom of nothing. So I will, I'm not ashamed to go out with no makeup at all. And it's so great because my fans so appreciate that. You know what I mean? They don't know. No one's down me yet. Just say, oh, she look bad. Because with the no makeup, and I love the casual, oversized shirts and some leggings and a pair of Vans, or a good croc. Is nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I'm that girl.
I love it. I don't know if you remember, but we met for the first time in 2009, and I had flown into Los Angeles to work on a project, and they had lost my luggage, and I had worn like my pajamas on the airplane. And I got here, and our dear friend said, "Oh, but I've made arrangements. We're going to this concert." And I was dead set against leaving her apartment because I was in my pajamas.
Oh my God, why don't I remember this?
Well, because this is what I'm going to say, is that I remember her calling you and telling you that I wasn't going to go because I didn't feel comfortable. And you told her, you actually got on the phone with me and you said, "I'm not dressed up. I'm not, this is just casual. No one's going to care. Just come, be as you are." And then we left the apartment and we get downstairs, and you were standing there in a sequin top and skinny jeans and knee-high boots. Your hair and makeup was done. And I was like, this is you with this is casual.
You sure that was me?
Oh, honey, that was you. That was.
Oh my God.
That was you. Because remember,
I guess that was my casual wear.
It was casual. That was your casual, and I thought, you know what?
Oh my God, Robert! First of all, I don't remember that. But I guess that at that time was my casual wear.
Yeah,
but
I know. I do. I know you. So I do know that the leggings and the Crocs do come out.
Yes.
I know that.
Well, good pair of Converse. Come on now.
But what I'm saying though is, I know that is that you do have, even though you do like the freedom and like to set all that kind of beauty stuff aside and just kind of be, that you do still have a relationship with beauty
absolutely
off screen.
Absolutely. I mean, especially now, since because of the pandemic, we have to do so much on camera now. I mean, look at it. I'm at home on the Zoom, and you gotta look decent. You know what I mean? I don't mind not wearing makeup when the character calls for it, but best believe, as you see, I will put on a beat for an interview. Okay, I'm not going to scare people that badly. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. Hopefully enhancing what you have and enjoying it. And I really do. I really do love getting all dressed up. And I wear a lot of different wigs. This isn't my own natural hair, which I'm really loving right now. I love my blonde afro.
It is so gorgeous.
But I wear, as you know, I got like 1,001 wigs, so I can always change up my mood, the way I look, the way I feel, what I want to say at that moment. So yeah, I do love a good beat face.
You do. So I guess my question for you is, how do you maintain a healthy relationship with beauty? There's a lot of stuff where people are talking about, like now they're talking about how Instagram is really dangerous for young women, especially, but I think it also affects young men. When there's so much, and I mean, not to toot your horn, but you are one of the actresses that I know who are, you're working like multiple TV shows in one season. Right, people are seeing you on like 4 different channels on the same night. So, and everybody has a different look. You know what I mean? Like you bounce from like Aunt M on Discovery of Witches to Cookie in Family Business. Chippy. Sorry, Cookie, Chippy. Sorry.
Cookie is good though. Cookie is good too.
Cookie is good too. We don't know where she goes yet, but there's a Cookie. Sorry. Yes, Chippy on the Family Business. You were just back on the Blacklist last night. I mean, so people see multiple sides of Valarie all the time. How do you maintain that healthy relationship when when people are kind of, or does it help you, I guess, that people don't really know what to expect from Valarie when they see Valarie in public?
Well, let me start off by saying, first of all, it's really hard being in this business, and having your face out there projected on a screen. And now since it's digital, you see every pore and stuff like that. And I am a woman of a certain age. And it's hard. When I was growing up, we didn't have this. We didn't have the Instagram. And yes, it mattered how you look, but not like it does now, to get likes, to have full beat 24/7. And if you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough. And it's like, oh, good God, no. So to build a healthy relationship for especially the young ones now, where you have to deal with Instagram, you have to deal with social media and the Twitter and the TikToks and stuff like that. Oh, like I started off before, you gotta believe in yourself first. And if you can, try not to take it so seriously. Once again, as you said in the beginning with your question, it's like, makeup does not make the person, right? So it's more important to be a good person and let all that other stuff go. And if you do get all made up and stuff like that, fantastic, but that is not going to determine your worth on how beautiful you look. And because beauty does fade, or it's not that it fades, it just changes with age. I just wish we would celebrate age more and let us have our wrinkles and let us have our gray hairs and stuff like that. There's some of the most gorgeous people out there, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, also, it's basically about what's good for you. Because I am not opposed to anybody who wants a little plastic surgery, a little bib and tuck. You want a little bib and tuck, and that's good for you, and it makes you feel good. But do it for the right reasons. That's what I'm trying to say. Do it for the right reasons. And also know, youngins, that the people on the social media, whether they do it themselves or they have a glam squad, there's a squad of some sort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they take the time, the money to get that look right. You're not born that way. Some people, as we know, some people just dropped it gorgeous with no makeup. What I'm trying to say is that is work. It takes work for some people, for people to look this way. It takes work for me to look this way. I didn't wake up like this. You know what I mean? So know that like we were saying before, know that when you see people on television and film and the magazines, there is a whole team of people getting it right. The makeup artist, the hairstylist, good God, good lighting can make or break you.
Right.
Can make or break you. And everybody has to work in concert to make that look that whatever the show, magazine cover wants to portray. So know that takes work, but be good to yourself and appreciate that, but appreciate the natural you. And know that you might look one way when you wake up in the morning, but know that you can put on makeup and look as fabulous as them as well. But none of this matters if you don't have a good sense of self and that you love yourself. Because it's just, especially in this business, it's hard enough, especially with this digital format and stuff, good God, which I think was really made for sports and animals, not the face. Woo! It's just you see too much. Give me some gauze on the soften me up, daggone it.
Just a little Vaseline on the lens.
Oh my God, a burlap sack. Whatever. Jesus Christ. I don't need to see all that. Clap, clap. I don't need to see all that. But you know what I'm saying? I know I went around the world to say what I needed to say, but it just goes back to you gotta be, and like I said, as I said before, yes, I'm an old natural gal, but my life depends on, what I look like on camera. And when I have to play like M, no makeup at all, I love it, but the Valarie who looks on screen says, "Oh my God, could I look any worse?"
Oh, see,
but you gotta accept it. You gotta move on.
Emma's gorgeous.
I love you for that. But you know what I mean? It's no makeup, no coverage, no shading. And I don't mind doing that, but at the same time, the Valarie, the girl in me, the woman in me is like, oh God, if I could just have a little coverage, a little bib and tuck. But I can't dwell on that. I can't dwell on that. This is the way it is. And I'll make some decisions down the line.
Right. Well, let's talk about that for a minute, for the girl Valarie who looks in the mirror and sees, maybe what the glam squad has softened and made perfect. Do you, I guess, do you feel certain exterior pressures coming at you about beauty, or things that you feel like you need to change in order to make other people or to make yourself more marketable?
No one has ever made me feel that way. If I felt that way, it's me making me feel that way. So meaning the camera guys or whatever, I sometimes start to get, and I'm being very honest here, a little self-conscious, because I've been doing this business for such a long time. And you know how long it takes for certain lighting designers or certain makeup artists to do your face. Now, since I'm, a woman of a certain age, it takes a little bit longer in the makeup chair to take down the bags under my eyes. It takes the lighting designer a little bit longer to light me, to, especially if I'm playing a glamorous type woman, because they want me to look good. And I ain't mad at that. Right. You know what I mean? And so I make myself self-conscious, because then I go, oh, shoot, here we go. Because I've always never been that girl that was like the glamorous leading lady. I've never felt that way. Even though I played that, I've never felt that way. I've always felt more of a character actor. And so I thought I never had to worry about getting older and seeing the lines on my face. Now I've noticed that one eye is lower than the other. Good God, the line. It was like, where is this line? I was smiling in a picture. And I saw a line across my lip. I was like, what the hell is that? And I thought I would never be that girl. Well, I'm that girl. So yeah, as I said, no one on a set has ever made me feel that way. Unfortunately, I have made myself feel that way. And you just gotta, grin and bear it and rely on the glam team, to make sure you look as good as possible.
Right. And, it's, I know that it's not something that has happened to you personally, but we do hear kind of those horror stories of people being told that they, in order to keep their careers, they have to lose weight, or they need to change their hair color, or change everything about themselves. And is that, I know that people, again, outside the industry are always kind of like, oh, they're exaggerating. That doesn't, no one would do that. But but I'm looking for you to kind of back me up. But that
yes,
does
they
happen.
Do. Yes, they do. Yes, happen. They do. Yes, they do. I've seen it. I've heard it. You know what I mean? And it's awful. It is absolutely awful. What other profession does that happen to? You would be caught up in a lawsuit. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, our industry, has allowed that to happen. Once again, what is your perception of beauty? do you have to be the skinny, tall one? That's why, I'm living for Rihanna right now with her Fenty fashion shows with all shapes and sizes and colors. Now we're opening that door, like on Project Runway and stuff, where the designers have to design for all types of bodies. Come on, kids, this is the world, so let's change our perception of beauty. Let's change it. I want to say something, and I don't mean to offend or put this on whatever. One thing I do like about British television is that they celebrate their older actors.
Oh,
they will have an older actor be, a host of a show. That is not just an older actor, gorgeous, fabulous. They celebrate their older actors much more than we do. It seems like they celebrate their worth, instead of having to look 20 years younger, or because they have to look that way. Not because, you choose, you want to, like I said, I ain't mad at people wanting to freshen up and do what you do. You do what you need to do to make you happy. You know what I mean? Right. It's not someone, as we're going back to, saying that you have to look that way. And that's what's so sad. So we have to make a choice. But as I said, what I do love about British TV is they will celebrate their older actor and actress like nobody's business. You know what I mean? They'll make them the lead like that in a minute. They'll make them, be the host of a traveling show, cooking show, and they're awesome. And it's like, yay, yay. Everybody's not looking like a model, you know what I mean? Or what, once again, we go back to, what is your perception of beauty? And I think that is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think that's the thing here in the States, and especially in Hollywood. I mean, I'm not going to say not just here in Hollywood, because our industry now stretches from coast to coast.
Yep.
But but I think that's part of it, is that we are so ready to kind of put people in a box and put them on a shelf if they don't have a particular, quote unquote marketability, which is terrible, because the thing is I feel like what we're putting on a shelf is talent.
Right. And that's what once again, it goes back to that first question. How about beauty? What do I think beauty is? What is that? And it comes from the inside out. Good God. Oh my God. That's the turn on. That's the love. That's the vision. That's who I want to take a journey with when I'm watching, a TV series or whatever. It's the person inside. No matter what age you are, how I was about to say how beautiful you are. No, it's about the inside. It really is for me.
Yeah. I think anyone who who's about to step into this industry, that and I still feel lucky to work in this industry, even though I don't agree with some of the stuff that happens within it. But I think that the people who are coming into this need to understand that, you really are kind of stepping into the only industry where people will absolutely judge you on your looks from the word go.
Yeah.
Casting directors, their first exposure to an actor, or their first impression of an actor, is a photograph.
Yep.
You really are selected to potentially audition for a project based on what you look like.
Yep.
How do you feel? I mean, at this point in your career, you're still auditioning. But I feel like people are probably asking you to audition based on what they've seen of your work and not necessarily on your headshot.
Right.
How do you have?
I really don't know.
Do you have any advice for young people or younger actors coming into the industry? about how maybe they can bolster themselves, steel themselves for this kind of onslaught of how they look?
Well, I always believe, or at least I'm a mindset, if you have talent to back it up, whatever that is for you, whether you're an actor, dancer, singer, writer, whatever, makeup artist, whatever, if you have the talent to back it up and you love that and that's what you want to pursue, that's what you want to make as a profession, that's what you need to do and want to do, and ain't nobody gonna stop you from doing that. You gotta have a strong foundation because of it's called show business for a reason, and it's a tough business. So you gotta love it. That's number one. Even though there is this whole social media and how I look and the likes and stuff like that, the door is, I feel, opening where more different qualities, how about that, are being more accepted.
I love that.
The industry is going, oh, that look, which they would have never hired, whatever that look was back in the day, now they're hiring. Now that person has their own show. Now they're being celebrated. So I go back to, it's about who you are, loving yourself as much as possible, even when the chips are down, even when they're bashing you in the head, even when they're saying, hey, you got to change it. Just keep who you are, true to yourself, work on your craft. I always believe that, work on your craft. And so when you do take those pictures for that headshot, your true self will come through. And then that's what casting will fall in love with. And I think that's what's going to get you that job. And then I think that's what's going to keep you in the business for a long time. Because for me, it's about longevity.
Yeah.
Not 15 minutes of fame.
Well, if there's anyone who has gone far beyond 15 minutes, I mean, honey, you just keep going. And I believe that the reason for that is because you practice what you preach. Because if there's one person that I know in this industry who radiates, who just shines through, it's you. I think, I love talking to you about beauty because I think that, for someone who can sit down and have coffee with not a stitch of makeup on, with your hair in a beanie, and
yes, my beanie,
with to sit there, but just to know that you're so gorgeous, because it's not about the look, it's not about the wig, it's not about the lipsticks, it's not about the it's just that's who you are.
Thank you, honey. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I think that's an important part of the conversation is people being really, being able to be true to who they are and have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, for people that do love a good face beat, that do want a little work done, do it for the right reasons.
Absolutely. If
you do it for the right reasons, then life is good. But when you start doing stuff for the wrong reasons, you always get it's a downward spiral, and you just lose control. You lose who you are. You get depressed, and it's not good.
Yeah.
And so many other things happening, So, just do all that for the right reasons, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, if you are, again, if you're being you and you're shining and you're bright and you're, if you want to have a little zhuzh done here and a little tuck there, it's not going to diminish that in any way. I think it's the people who go in for the full overhaul thinking that it's going to make them shine brightly.
And yeah.
It doesn't work.
It's like my sister and I couldn't be totally opposite. Totally opposite. We sound alike, we look alike, but my sister is the glamour girl. She's the queen. She is fierce. She is drop dead gorgeous. She's older than me. I'm not going to tell you how older than me, and she looks younger than me. I don't know how that happened.
The both of you look nothing close.
I don't know how that
age.
happened, but I hear it. But she is glamour. She's always she was a model, fashion. That's her love, but she does it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And that's why, because she's got that loving inner spirit, that shines so brightly. She's my hero. I love her more than life. But we're totally different. I will go out, without anything. And my sister's, what? This. Yeah. Clap. You notice I'm doing that now. I love the clap clap. I wish I had the nails to clap clap.
You and Atanya, the two of you, I have, people would never guess your ages. I mean,
thank you, baby.
You guys are timeless, classic.
Thank you.
I love that. All right, so we've got to wrap things up, but before we do,
No,
I know time goes so quickly, doesn't it? But I want to ask you, because, when you do like to kind of put yourself into the beauty seat, what are the 3 products that you just can't live without?
People are gonna laugh, but it's true. I actually have to pick 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can pick more if you want to, but what are the top 3? Top 5. I'll give you 5. What are the top 5?
No, go the other way.
Oh, what? You've only got 1, 2. Okay, what are your top 2?
Pond's.
Wait, the cold
makeup remover.
Okay.
Pond's moisturizer.
Well, you should have your manager call Pond's. You need to do some commercials.
As long as I have that. For me, as far as like my daily, that is because you said what I can't live without.
Yeah.
That's what I can't live without, because I'm not, as I said, I'm not that makeup girl.
Right.
So I don't, there's really no makeup that I can't live without, because I really don't wear it unless I have to wear it or I want to wear it. But what I cannot live without is my Pond's moisturizer and makeup remover.
Hey, that's, if that's what works, I think, because I think that's the other part of beauty that people get so caught up on, is this idea that, so-and-so is wearing so-and-so cosmetics and they're using this name brand and it has to be this and it's this particular color and everybody goes out and gets it and they all have to have that thing.
Right.
Because so-and-so is using it. But but the thing is that it's, makeup is really, it's a personal experience. I mean, even doing makeup on someone else.
Right, as you so brilliantly do.
Thank you. It's not necessarily about a particular brand, or it's really understanding how to work with someone's skin, understanding color theory, and really enhancing that they already have.
Right.
Or and in the case of, if you're on a film or what, sometimes it's about creating the illusion of not having what you have.
The makeup, no makeup look, as I call it.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites, is that, in order to do the no makeup look, you have to wear more makeup than if you were doing a made up look.
Yep. It's so true. But yeah, it's what once again works for you. You know what I mean? Back in the day, when I was doing a lot of theater and I was younger, my skin was fine. And then I went through a period where I started breaking out. And then my sister sent me to Georgette Klinger, who is no longer, the business is no longer, in the business. And I started using their products and it worked brilliantly. But when they shut down, I was like, oh my God, now I have to go find something that works for my skin. And I went through some trial and errors. I tried some, big name products and they broke me out. And that's how I found Pond's. And that worked for my skin. So at the end of the day, once again, what works for you?
Absolutely.
As far as makeup is concerned, I get all my makeup tips from my sister. She's the one that said, "Val, and try this," or I cannot not say this. My incredible makeup artists that I work with.
Yes.
Family Business, Blacklist, my girls in Discovery of Witches, most of the any set that I'm on, Being Mary Jane, most of the makeup artists that I always work with, I always ask, "Ooh, what's that product?" Because everybody uses something different.
Right.
And let me tell you something: when you sit in that chair, you're praying, "Please God, please God, please God, make me look decent," because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So, with that being said, I've been really lucky. We have the best makeup artists ever. And they always have some little product that I actually love, and I'll go out and buy it. But it's my sister who's my number one go-to person as far as, what makeup I should get. Try this. Oh, this looks good will probably look good on your skin or something like that. But going back to your original question, what I cannot live without is my Pond's.
Love it. I love it. Valarie, again, time is running out here, but thank you again so much for taking time out of your day today to talk to me. It was so good having this conversation, and I know we'll have many more later.
I hope so.
I hope more.
So. Well, I love you madly, my darling. Thank you so much, Face Value, for having me, and I can't wait to talk to you again.
Yes, we'll talk soon, and you keep us posted of all the new projects coming up, because I know that there are new ones coming out. Always. Always.
Woohoo! Yeah, I can't wait. All right, my darling. I love you madly.
Love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Face Value. I'm your host, Robert Hensley, signing off. Until next time.